Couple of things to clear up from yesterday's video. IMDb, I called that International Movie Database. No, it's Internet Movie Database. A very useful website, and in the next video today, there'll be two. In the next video today, I'll tell you why I feel that you should go there. Fjords, I spelled that wrong. F-I, it's spelled like that, but you know, how often do you see F-J together in English? Almost never. You can just about figure out that it must be Norwegian. Alright, now Thor. Before I leave the Vikings, and I'm going to, by the next video I'm leaving the Vikings, but Thor, probably of all the gods, certainly of all the Norse gods, he's the one who has attracted the most attention in the media. And what I liked to do when I was teaching this, before I would leave the matter and go on, I like to show the kids a little bit of a DuckTales episode. A DuckTales episode. Now it's on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. It's there, and you can see it. The episode is called Made of Myth. It's on there a couple times, but I think the one you want to find is SI10MENERE. The one uploaded by this person. It's got subtitles, which is nice. One of the things I used to love when I would show that is that kids, that song at the beginning, DuckTales, ooh, ooh, and it would keep going, ooh, and the kids, I would tell them, oh, let it go, don't hold yourselves back. And you know, I'd have 8th graders going back to their childhood when they loved to watch DuckTales. For those of you that don't know, this is a cartoon. It was a cartoon series, a good series. There was an Odyssey episode which I used at one point. Anyway, and I remember some kids bawling out other kids because they didn't know about DuckTales. How could they not know about DuckTales? I used to like to watch them go back to their childhood that way, and just they couldn't resist going ooh when it would come around. If you go there and see it, yeah, you'll see what I mean. But anyway, within that section, another thing you'll hear, the Flight of the Valkyrie, Mrs. Squiggly. She's on stage presenting Brunhilde, dun, da, da, dun, 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 da, da, dun, dun, and you'll hear that tune. But when they get to the Viking Island, I guess there are a couple things I want to tell you about that. One is Launchpad, I think is the character's name. A Viking woman figures out he must not really be a Viking in spite of the way he's dressed, because he has courtesy, he has manners. Well, you know, Vikings didn't know those. As a matter of fact, a little later in the series, is it Scrooge? I think he talks to them politely and they don't understand his language. So then he insults them and they say, oh, now we know now we understand. And still one other thing I'll tell you about that is that there's an allusion at one point where Launchpad throws his cloak down in the mud so that this Viking girl can walk through the mud and not get any mud on her shoes, and that gives them away as having manners. Well, that's an allusion to a famous incident between Queen Elizabeth I and Sir Walter Raleigh. That was alluded to also at the very end of Shakespeare in Love. So I'd like to point that out. Now, Thor, sometimes I would use a clip, I would use that, and sometimes I would use a clip from one of the versions of The Incredible Hulk, where the Incredible Hulk meets Thor. That's kind of fun. Thor's looking for a place where it could be like a mead hall, you know, where men fight and drink and laugh, and so the guy takes him to a bar, a biker, a motorcycles bar, and there Thor's very happy, and I like to show that sometimes. Okay, now in Thor, the modern movie of it, I was, you know, anticipating something pretty good here, oh, and by the way, Mjolnir is his hammer. That's Thor's hammer. Nowadays, I'll have kids know that, his mighty hammer. I've thought here on this farm, as I gradually turned it into the Old Ways Museum, I may construct a massive hammer, too big for a person to swing, called a tilt hammer or a trip hammer. If I do that, powered by a water wheel, if I do that, I'll call it Mjolnir. Anyway, back to the movie. Kenneth Branagh directed it, so I anticipated something really good. I was disappointed. My son liked it. My wife liked it. I watched some of it, and actually I was put off by the special effects. There was too much noise, and I guess I'm getting old, maybe, I don't know. But for younger people, it would probably be fine. So currently there is a modern movie called Thor. Check it out if you would like. All right, now we're going to move to the land of the Arabs in the next video today.